if you are living in an echo chamber where, let's say, 80% of the information you are seeing is pro-vegan, then you are going to, psychologically, you're going to be living in this world where it's super normal. It's 80% of what's going on. But in reality, it's, 10, 20% maybe.
So it's essentially a positive feedback loop, which I don't think is ever a good thing. You can have too much of even something good. The best thing for you to have is a mix of everything.
But basically, we are being bombarded with information that is affirming what we think to be true. Whatever you want to pick, right? We have certain things that everyone just accepts as being true. Now, what happens if you are spending hours every day in an echo chamber that tells you that guns are the best thing since toilet paper was invented? You're going to come out of that into the real world and encounter perhaps someone who is going to say, guns are the worst thing ever. And you're not going to take them seriously. If you're surrounding yourself with pieces of information that are affirming your belief that there's nothing better than walking around town with two in your holster, why should you pay any attention to anyone else? And I think that is the problem that it creates in our society, where people don't take one another seriously anymore. We don't actually try and communicate and have discourse with one another because we're walking out of that digital echo chamber. We don't know how to think.
This is the thing about echo chambers. The types of people that are in there are the exact type of people that you're talking about. They're people that when they come out of their echo chamber, they don't handle other opinions critically. They disregard them. Mm-hmm. These are the exact kinds of people that echo chambers they filter. Because if anyone thinks critically, they don't exist in an echo chamber very long. They leave themselves or they're kicked out. They're surrounded by a bunch of people that think the same way. It's not just that they believe the same thing. They almost identify themselves with that belief. That takes a certain kind of person. Like for me, if I were to go into a chat and they were agreeing with everything I say, I would feel weird. Because just out of instinct, it's a red flag to me when no one is disagreeing with one another. In a natural environment, people will disagree. And it also speaks to being genuine. I don't think there's any two people on the planet that would agree with each other 100%. These people are not being genuine. Everyone is just trying to adhere to what everyone else is saying. Everyone is just trying to maintain the peace of the bubble. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's not only that everyone is thinking the same, it's they're not actually saying what they're thinking. Mm-hmm. It's not a place where anything productive can happen. Mm-hmm. So even though it might feel nice, like, hey, look, all these people agree with me, I don't even think they do. Mm-hmm. They just don't want to say that they don't agree with me. Maybe it's people that just don't want conflict.
Correct. Yeah.
Or are afraid that if they were to engage in a critical conversation that would inflict mental or emotional damage. Emotional damage!